There's no place in America for this kind of violence or any violence for that matter. It's not who we are as a nation. It's not America.
That's President Joe Biden condemning the attack on former President Donald Trump. Today, the former president posted on social media calling for Americans to stand united after an assassination attempt. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Kenley Hargett. The FBI is investigating the incident during a campaign event in western Pennsylvania. Gunfire erupted just minutes into his speech. Secret Service agents rushed to shield him, then escorted him to a vehicle as he pumped his fist in the air. The Secret Service says they neutralized the suspect, and the FBI has identified him as 20-year-old Thomas Crooks. The FBI says it has not yet determined the motive. 2 people were critically injured and 1 person in the crowd was killed. Authorities have identified the spectator who was a victim. His family posted tributes online as Pennsylvania's governor calls on everyone to rise above hateful rhetoric. Plus, as ABC's Alex Prochet reports, sources say early indicators are the shooter acted as a lone wolf, but the investigation is ongoing.
On Sunday, investigators closing in on a neighborhood south of Pittsburgh as they dive deeper into the man authorities say opened fire at a rally of former President Trump in Pennsylvania.
We had what we're calling an assassination attempt against our former president, Donald Trump.
The FBI using DNA and biometrics to identify the suspect as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Seen in this screenshot, investigators confirming to ABC News they believe it shows the suspect receiving his diploma, the image now part of their probe. Several former classmates describe him as quiet and very smart. 2 former members of the school's rifle club say he was interested in joining but was rejected because he was, quote, a bad shot. An administrator at Bethel Park Skilled Nursing and Rehab Center confirming to ABC News that Crooks worked there as a dietary aide and that they had no concerns about him. The day of the attack, authorities say the suspect was neutralized by a Secret Service counter sniper. Law enforcement sources tell ABC News the early evidence points to the shooter being a lone wolf gunman.
And they're searching to see if the shooter had any social media presence, and if so, whether there were any indications of violence or extremism. We're told he's a registered Republican, and as of yet, there's no signs of an extensive criminal background.
Investigators searching the suspect's home and car, saying they found what appears to be explosives in his car. The shooter allegedly used an AR-15 style rifle, which, according to multiple law enforcement sources, was purchased legally by his father. And as the FBI investigates the attempted assassination plot, Pennsylvania State Police are investigating the murder of an innocent spectator at the rally. Husband and father of 2, 50-year-old Corey Comparator, his family posting tributes online after his death. Today, he's being called a hero.
He was protecting his family from the bullets that were being fired. And he lost his life. God love him.
2 other people were injured, both now in stable condition.
We need to take down the temperature and rise above the hateful rhetoric that exists and search for a better, brighter future for this nation.
Alex Prochet, ABC News, Butler, Pennsylvania.